Hey everyone, just waiting, listening to the president right now. He was taken off the stage during the live press conference for a couple minutes, and apparently that was because there were shots fired. I guess first and 10 in the area. Apparently they're attended to somebody who was shot, so that's why they took the president off. So he's talking now. I'm going to mute him so we can continue to go live here. We should be, but we're not. So with that, we'll just do the recording. You got to listen to what I got here tonight. I'm going to try and get it. Yeah, I say it all the time. Get it done quickly. But so let's just start out with God bless everyone. I hope you are all doing okay, and keep praying for each other, man. This is these are the times that we need to be quite aware of and understand what's going on. I'm trying to get this glare off my glasses. I mean, it's just about blinding me. So, in any case, looks like it's not going to work. Well, we can do it that way, but so anyway, let's on Saturday, if you remember, Trump signed an executive order, and that is to because the Democrats wouldn't do it. They wanted too much, and I'm glad he did it. I mean, this is ridiculous. The people need help because of the shutdown, jobs lost, and so on and so forth. So he signed into this order for unemployment benefits to be extended, and instead of the 600, they'll be getting 400, and I think that's still too much. I mean, give them 100% of their pay because that's, what they're expecting every week. Not 400 extra, not 600 extra. Take that 400, that 600, and help somebody else. Go feed the homeless, for Pete's sake. Now, we know this is all just a gesture to calm us and keep us in our place because of things that are going on. Things are happening quickly. So we need to pay attention. Seriously, just things that are, up. Look up. The Lord said to look up, to watch. There are signs. There are going to be signs in the heaven. And during this, we have some news here. You see this right on the screen. Well, that's not the one, but that's an update. But there is one from IntelliHub that explains what somebody tried to erase, but apparently some people got it before it was erased. So unemployment up 400. Anyone making under $100,000 per year will start to enjoy, I guess, in September. That's, of course, if it's not. I don't know what the legal ramifications are, but some people said that they'll take him to court. I think they still have to follow it until it goes to court. They can't just, say, well, file papers and then make him stop. Of course, they could, put in some kind of injunction or something to stop him from being able to do that. But he's the president. I don't think he can stop that. So in any case, yeah, so no income tax, okay, for those people, for the 100,000 or less. I agree with that 100%. I mean, I don't mind paying my fair share of taxes, but to have me owe $800 when I made the same amount last year, I don't know what happened this year, but yeah, we made a little bit more, not much more. Not $800 that we had to pay the federal, 200 we had to pay for freaking one state, and another state, I think we got something back from that because we didn't work there. But anyways, that, and so that's a big thing. And I forget what else at the moment that he signed this executive order for. But one other thing that he is involved in is with this company TikTok, who China bought, uh, made a big profit from it. Something about Microsoft. Trump wants to break up that, or something about a sale, and they don't want China to have that kind of power in America because TikTok. I mean, there's a lot of information, personal information, just like Facebook and all the other things that you give your personal information to. Um, they're going to store it just like, you know, Microsoft will do. So I don't know which was worse. China getting our information. I mean, yeah, they can send operatives over here. They've got you know, the Gurkhas still here, Gurkhas, yeah, some elite Chinese force that we allowed to come in here and set up camp, as well as Russians. Um, so in any case, um, they're trying to break that up. They should be trying to go after Facebook and Google and Twitter. I don't use Twitter a lot, so um, you know, for their uh, I am, you know, higher than God attitudes about free speech and everything else. I mean, um, I guess, and I don't know. I heard some other rumor too that China and the U.S. are going to break up the internet into different blocks. I don't know why this guy is doing this now. I told him that I was on air. He's really ticking me off. So sorry, excuse me for a moment. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. All right. People just, you know, they don't have a respect anymore. So I had to turn the air conditioner off too. 94 degrees, as you can see the scrolling menu down there. Again, I mean, uh, a month now at least. I think we had an 84-degree day somewhere in the middle there, but 94 now, or it was 40, 30 minutes ago, and going to be 94 again tomorrow. So for me, that's oppressive. Anything over 80, and it starts to, you know, affect us some way or another. And so with that, what else we got here? And besides all that other stuff that I don't have on these uh, these headlines is let's see. Oh, the fact that Trump was whisked off the stage at his live press conference, but you should know that by now. By the time this video comes out, you'll already know that he was, you know, told to get off and come with the Secret Service, and 3 or 4 minutes later, or 2 or 3 minutes later, he was taken off at 5:51, brought back at 6 p.m. So no, that was about 9 minutes. Sorry, somewhere around there. But anyway, and you know, shots fired. Somebody got hit somewhere else on First and 10th Street, and that's being taken care of by their Secret Service. Apparently, somebody, they don't know whether it was self-inflicted or there was something else going on. But with that, let's get to this news because I do not want to spend a whole lot of time on this. This was out here, much talk about this. I mean, when these things come out, there's always a bunch of opinions, and some people get it right, some people don't. I mean, some people said in the beginning that they saw drones. Other people said they saw missiles and whatnot. But this one, about this blast in Beirut that was caused by a missile? Question mark. Okay, I don't know what this is, and they have manipulated the footage, at least filter wise. So this footage posted to Twitter on Tuesday night's Beirut explosions yield strong evidence of a missile attack. Now, I've seen a lot of video of that explosion. Of course, most of it's during the daytime, so it didn't really You weren't able to see that. Some people, like A Plain Truth, he's got a video out, I guess, Plain Truth 4 or 5. He's got a video out, and he goes frame by frame to prove it. But let's go look at the video. I mean, you can actually see it come in now that the filters have been changed. The video, because it says it's manipulated media. I don't know what that. Maybe we should go hit the question mark after we see the video. Right down here. You can clearly see. Never saw that. Okay, folks. I don't know what does this mean? Manipulated media. Oh, well, Twitter's calling it fake. Fact checkers conclude a video of the Beirut explosion. Fact checkers conclude a video of the Beirut explosion was doctored to include fake missile. And folks, it certainly could have been, because they can do that these days. Put in anything they want. They can. But go look for yourself and make your own decision. That's what I always tell everyone. Okay. And apparently, this also from IntelliHub, that I've heard from other people, NASA scrubs data. And that's not the first time NASA scrubbed data, right? Yeah, they've never done that or inserted something into that. Remember that one little square that we all saw a background of all the galaxies out there and whatnot, and there was this one black square that everyone thought was scrubbed out. And remember, they put that in, I think, a year or two ago. They put that piece back in there to show something. So anyways, imagery shows massive retrograde object approaching ecliptic plane. Okay, and we're going to go see a video of it. Here's the pictures. Okay, so they did scrub it, but don't worry, people, they're quick. They'll get these things. 8 known and most identified planets. Editor's note: this post is fluid and will be updated, and new and additional information comes in. Updates, yep. In what can only be considered a cover-up of the highest magnitude, it appears that the National Aeronautics Space Administration has scrubbed large angle, or never a straight answer administration, okay, has scrubbed large angle and spectrometric chronograph experiment data and imagery files that show what appears to be a massive planetary object passing through our inner solar system, and is doing so at a trajectory and declination that's inconsistent with any of the other 8 known and most identifiable planets. Planet 9 is here, I guess, right? That's what everyone's talking about. That's why we need to keep looking in the sky. I mean, there's all kinds of stories out there, man, about very much huge, big uptick in meteorites, comets. And Gil Brazard has mentioned many times, man, that when this thing comes in, and the only thing he's been wrong about, really, is kind of the timing. And though he did say the last probable point would be in 2021, so I don't know if he was really wrong. He was hoping last year or something like that in December, and it still may have been here. We may have gotten, video footage of it before it was taken down. So it all started on May 29th when the potentially rogue flying object entered NASA's LASCO instruments field of view at 23:06.14 UTC time. The object is traveling left to right in a clockwise fashion. And there is a video. And then this is just showing the different steps they took. And it's coming in here and then goes out here. Anyways, you'll see it. Let's just go watch it. Okay, and 20 seconds of it. Wait for it. There you go. Notice how it gets smaller as it zooms out. It's on its orbit and then comes back in. But my only problem is that this looks like, I mean, Nibiru is supposed to have at least or at the minimum, a 360-year cycle. And yes, Gil does talk about 150 days, something like that, where it comes. Because remember, Revelation talks about a time when a third of the sun, a third of the moon, or all of the moon, and a third of the stars will be blocked out. And can you imagine another planet that's 9 times, planet X, planet 9, planet Nibiru, 9 times the size of Earth, coming in between us and the sun, okay, would do that. Okay, so it would do that. So, that's something that could factually happen. Anyways, my only problem is that showing an orbit, how this thing is getting smaller and smaller and then turning and coming back. I mean, if this is Nibiru, my problem is that it's supposed to be a 360-year cycle. And this clip, and I don't know if this has been manipulated too. 20 seconds. I mean, yeah, it's fast forward, it's time warped. so I don't know how long exactly it takes. Maybe it tells you in here somewhere how long it takes. But it seems like it's going on an orbit, and then turning around and coming back. Now, planet Nibiru, its orbit would be so much further out there. 360 years it takes to go around in its, elliptical plane or whatever you call that. So anyways, but it's time for it. People have seen it. The government's planning for it. Why do you think they're having these drills? This COVID drill. And that's what, these people have said to Trump. Yeah, Obama. They've known about it since the 70s, man. They've been preparing for it. They've been telling you all these lies with these moon missions and all these other things that you have paid for, when in actuality they're planning to go underground and hide themselves, like the book of Revelation states. And I believe it was the other book I was reading as well. I forget which one it was at the moment. It's either Daniel or Revelation. I've been reading Daniel and Revelation a lot. So one of them says, that they will go and hide themselves in the rocks and hide from the ones coming. But that's the last great day. I don't believe that that's the same thing. Could be, but there's a big, huge gap between now and when the Lord comes and this planet and all that coming together. So all I know is, with all these things going on, wars, rumors of wars. I mean, you're talking about, China's, they're kind of giving Hong Kong a hard time, and they're doing maneuvers in and around Taiwan. We have that here somewhere. So that may be ramping up. If they go after Taiwan, I don't think that's going to be acceptable to America. And so in any case, a lot of things going on. Turkey, going down and doing something down there off Egypt and their maneuvers. Egypt making alliances with Israel. Um, Israel supposedly, striking places in Syria and Lebanon. If these, remember, we showed Netanyahu going to the UN and showing this little chart there, with the three supposed missile. I don't know what missile storage. I didn't know exactly what they are. Could have fired missiles. Hamas fires rockets from the sea into the sea in warning to Israel, and they're right on the sea. I mean, anyway. So there's one article for you. Hamas fires rockets into the sea in warning to Israel. There's also one here about Israel. Yeah, Israel strikes Hamas in Gaza following explosive balloon attacks. So that's ramping up too. So everything coming to a climatic conclusion, with the rapture of the church, hopefully. And, God's will be done. Certainly will. Everything is, we've said it before. Of course, we've said it before. Things are, and that's how it goes. Birth pains, small and infrequent in the beginning, spaced out, 9 minutes apart, just say, and then they get more and more painful and with more frequency. 2 minutes, 1 minute, bingo, that's it. It's all done. Yeah. So, I mean, not quite like that, but kind of shortened that one. So, this also from World Israel News, a deadly gas explosion in Baltimore today. Apparently it was 3 houses. Well, let's just take a brief listen to that. Why not?
Right, there's at least 3 homes that are totally destroyed. It has the looks of a gas explosion at this location from what the debris I can see. I can tell you one person has been transported to shock trauma. One person has been transported to Sinai. City firefighters in the process of doing a rescue right now, trying to get 2 individuals out of the rubble in the group that you see there underneath the trees. I mean, it's just mass devastation here in northwest Baltimore. They have a 2 alarm, if you want to call it, worth of manpower that has responded to this explosion. Units from Baltimore City, units from Baltimore County, and you can see it's nothing but rubble. There's one section here where the whole roof just ended up collapsing straight down on top of the residence.
Yeah, there's the
We
roof
figure
right there.
at least 3 homes, maybe 4. It's too hard to tell with all the debris.
Yeah, so that's going on in Baltimore. Yeah, entire government of Lebanon to resign amid the growing public anger and protests following explosions in Beirut. So yeah, man, we got protests in Beirut too. You know about Lebanon and their economy and driving around in the dark at night in your city, no lights on. Can't afford to feed the people. I mean, all these things are going on. And then you have that explosion, and the people are fed up. Yeah, and because that Lebanon's government, most of their seats are filled with Hamas. So, well, entire government of Lebanon to resign. I hope so, and they put in somebody who can help the people actually. So this also happened today, and it's apparently ongoing. We've actually got severe weather coming up. Don't know exactly when. Shortly. Let's see if it's made any adjustments. Of course, you can't see, which is what I want to change later on with another camera, but the things that I get from my PC. So, but we still have a special weather statement warning. We got heat advisory until 8 p.m. Anyways, we got a small batch of weather coming, but this Derecho, I was told to call it. I actually call it Derecho. I mean, what? How does that pronounce to you? Derecho, Derecho. But again, I'm not in the Middle West. I don't know where this thing came. I've never heard of this word before. Apparently, it's been around for a while. It doesn't mean that just because I haven't heard of it doesn't mean that it, hasn't been around for a while. Derecho, destructive Mideast. I mean, somebody was saying what 100-mile-per-hour winds, straight line winds. Got to make sure of that. Yeah, wind gust up to 99 miles per hour. Okay, he exaggerated. Storms passed through Marshallton, Iowa. More than 200,000 homes and businesses have lost power. A lot of power going out, folks. There's rumors about October. So if you need a generator, or you need candles, start collecting them. Yeah, they know our infrastructure, at least they're claiming that, right, is in dire straits. It needs to be replaced. So why aren't they replacing it? Why hasn't Trump? Because he said that's one of his promises, right? That's one of the things, probably the only thing that he hasn't done. Why isn't it being done? I heard he was had talks with Saudi Arabia to come over and redo our highways. The only problem with that, he was going to bring Saudi Arabians to do the work, which is probably why it's not happening right now. Yeah, you may be able to bring a contingent over to oversee the work, but you're going to need to hire Americans. You know, just saying. So anyway, yeah, be prepared for these things, man. Everywhere, severe thunderstorms expected. Summer. It's summer. We have these things, tornadoes, uh, but straight line winds, 99 miles per hour. I remember some, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. War stories about possibility of, 100 to 200 mile per hour straight line winds. Now, how would you get a push like that? What would you call that? Would that be a derecho still? Or would that be something else? Anyway, um, explosion near Iraqi-Kuwaiti border. Oh, that's not the headline. Protesters. Well, that's Sputnik. Pakistani Navy reportedly seizes Iranian oil tanker at the U.S. behest. I don't know. What does that mean? Suggestion? I don't know what behest means. I've heard it before. So this alleged seizure is reminiscent of a diplomatic incident which took place last year. I remember there was more than one ship last year. It was taken by the Iranians, actually, two of them. Yeah, which authorities in Gilpachar seized an Iranian tanker making its own way to Syria after a tip-off from Washington, which prompted Tehran to seize a British flag tanker. Yeah, I remember that. I thought it was two of them, but in any case. Yeah, and you have that stuff going on. You have still the story of the Yellow China Sea, the Spratly Islands. I think it's the Spratly Islands over there. China says they were worried about their shipping lanes, which are nowhere near the Spratly Islands. I think they're just setting up to take Taiwan back. I mean, hey, why not? Obama let the Russians take back Crimea. Yeah. Take back Taiwan. Whatever. I don't know. Who was Taiwan owned by originally? Was that, or not owned, but they were invaded by the UK, I believe, and British people gave it back to themselves. Anyways, I don't know the full story of that, so if somebody want to leave that in the comments, go ahead. I really like the history, something like that. Powerful eruption of the Cinnabung volcano plunges city into the darkness after ash plume rises 5,000 meters, which is 16,400 feet in the air in Indonesia. It's just amazing. And these things create, they have their own weather. They have lightning storms. Usually you see a a UFO flying around these things before or after too. So you got these. I don't know if these are cameras or that looks like a person, but probably not. Anyway, yeah, volcanoes, earthquakes, the waves being tossed to and fro. I mean, where do you hear that? Go look in the Bible. You'll hear it in the Bible. Yeah. China holds amphibious war drills, but no proof they're aimed at Taiwan's Pratis Islands. Yeah, of course not. China's People Liberation Army, the PLA, recently practiced beach assaults in recent drills in the South China Sea. While some, I don't know why they would be practicing, drills for beach drills when they are, the Spratly Islands are actually, you know, islands that they made by dredging the ocean around it and building up the sand and whatever. So in international waters, by the way, which they had no right to do, but they did, and nobody did a darn thing. Or I should say, Obama didn't do a darn thing. So with that, anti-Beijing media have raised the alarm over a supposed drill rehearsal for seasoned Taiwan's Paradise Island. So I wouldn't discount that because China wants it back. China's been on a rampage over there in Hong Kong, arresting some very influential people, even one of those millions of rich families that benefited off the back of the Chinese people. So here's the times, the signs of this day, days of Noah. A rape suspect released from jail due to COVID kills the woman who accused him. Yeah. So he goes to jail, released from jail. I don't know exactly. I haven't read too much of it because these jails supposedly are dealing with coronavirus, and so they let rapists, murderers, I mean, whatever, free while they turn off power and electricity to people who want to have a party or open their business so that they can survive one day early. Anyways, a Virginia rape suspect who was released from jail due to the COVID concerns turned right around and killed the woman who accused him as soon as he was let out. There you go. That's why you don't let him out. That's why we have bonds and protection, right? Black Lives Matter mob shoots at black cop, physically assaults him at girlfriend's home they vandalized. Now tell me that's about black lives. Okay? That's something totally no. So y'all know what's going on with that. I don't need to talk any more about that, but that's ridiculous. And yeah, plenty of riots, that happened over the weekend in Portland, and I think it was New York. 100 arrested, 13 officers injured, and 2 people shot in Chicago's Mag Mile looting spree. This is from The Blaze. More than 100. Yeah, we already went through that. 13. Oh, yeah. What else we got here? Yeah, this is from Big Wobble. Asian and African flooding update. Pakistan, 64 dead. Bangladesh, nearly 200 dead. India, 43 dead. South Korea, 26 dead. Ethiopia, 30,000 displaced. Somalia, 120,000 displaced and 6 dead. So it says, I have never witnessed rainfall quite like this in Indo-Pakistan and Asia, along with parts of Eastern Africa, as I have this summer. Every year we break records with these things, earth pains. More frequency and more veracity. So, Need to pay attention to those things. I mean, every place is getting flooded. The Lord is, this is just a warning. I'm telling you right now. These floods, okay, happened way before all this other stuff was happening, and then it increased. Earthquakes, volcanoes, people going nutso. Lawlessness abounds everywhere. People are leaving New York. They lifted up the bridges in Chicago to prevent these people from getting into certain parts of the city, I guess. So yeah, the Lord is reminding us about these floods, and I've mentioned it before. Floods have gone everywhere, all over the world. They've decimated our crops apparently. So there has been a doubling in prices. In any case, that won't bring back the food. That'll just make it more expensive. But in any case, it means you'll buy less. I don't know. It's crazy. So we need to all pray. We all, y'all who don't believe in God, maybe you should be looking at a God to want to ask him, what's going on? Have a personal relationship with the maker of everything. If you don't think that there's a maker that made all this, well, you'll find out that he's the one that's destroying it all. It's his. And you pull away from God and you lose all your blessings, if there were any. U.S. had them, right? They were blessed in the very beginning, in the 1800s. We're blessed now, but slowly losing it through the lawlessness. Not slowly. I mean, it's taking a big dive right now. What else we got here besides old Pelosi? And this from NWO report, Pelosi, China would prefer Joe Biden to win the election. I'm sure he would. Yeah, we'd be pretty close to being a communist state. Start off being a socialist state, end up being communist. China wants their country. Yeah, they bought and paid for a lot of this land here in the U.S. At least Obama sold it to them, and other aspects. Our deepest port in, I guess it was Southern California. Of course, they bought that a long time ago for the money we owed them. I think it was just a payment, an interest payment. So China doesn't have any money. We don't have any money. All the other countries claiming they're poor, they don't have any money. The world is bankrupt. It's all because of the powers that be. That spiritual battle that we're continuing to fight, only it's manifesting in the physical. You see the results. With that, I don't even like looking at her, so I want to get her off the screen. And so I guess that'll do it, folks. This is from Adapt 2030 video about a video. Screen blanks for Sky Muster customers after Skylit hit. Yeah, apparently some satellites were hit by something, and they're calling it something else. Radiation event, which they say happens quite a bit, which I'm sure it would if they were actually in that type of radiation belt. Anyway. So with that, everyone, that'll do it. We've already gone way too far than I wanted to go. It's Monday, so Lord willing, we will be back Wednesday. It's in other headlines, unless something else happens and Trump is whisked off the stage again. Yeah. God bless everyone. Peace out.